Nojumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I have somebody I've been looking forward to interviewing for a very, very long time. Cowboy is in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed.
Very, very excited to have you in here, man. It feels like you're
Comment
somebody that should have had a long-form, intricate interview in the past, but I know you've kind of wanted to keep your story close to your chest for a few years now.
Yeah, well, really, the first year or so, more than the second year, we missed Nip so much, just the shock of everything, you know what I mean? That wasn't a part of the plan, so.
Okay, so important question. When did you start rocking the cowboy hat?
In prison.
Okay.
So now in prison, you're on the yard and there ain't no shade. So we out there on the bars, we working out. So if you're on the yard crew, they give you a straw hat, So I get the straw hat and I would shape it like the cowboy hat and I would wear it and have shade. So I'd be out there working out, get shade all day. But then it kept me out of trouble. If the yard went down, they know, yeah, he was over there because the hat was a giveaway. You know what I mean? So if something went down and I wasn't him, oh no, cowboy, you go lock it up or whatever. Then if I wanted to do something stupid, I'd put on my beanie or something, sneak out on the yard or whatever.
Right, alter you go.
Yeah, that 5 years I did, it was wild. I woke up every day and I thought I was in a dream. Like damn, I did the same shit yesterday.
But was it mostly a positive thing looking back on it now, or was it mostly focused around negativity?
At that time, it was basically negative. We was gangbanging, robbing, jacking. Slauson and Crenshaw caught my first case in 1990. I robbed that whole parking lot. You know what I mean? I car to car, I robbed it. I would go in the gas station, rob everybody in the gas station. What
drove you to rob so many people in a row like that?
You just out there active. You just being wild. You were young, didn't know no better. Yeah, we was out there gangbanging wild. I was a stepchild. That wasn't my natural dad that took care of me. So
okay.
I didn't get the same benefits as my siblings or whatever. You know what I mean? So I clung to the hood. That was my family.
And when you look back at that time period of your life, like, when you were 10 and you moved there, how long did it take before you fully sort of went for the gang lifestyle? And what pushed you into that? Did you feel like you needed protection, or you just want to be part of something? Or?
Well, when I came from the hood, when I moved to the hood, I met my friends on that block. I was surrounding myself with work, and I just been trying to stay busy, trying to, miss them every day.
I walked through the studio, and I asked him, man, why you ain't rapping? He told me, man, I ain't a part of their little crew.
When I came home from prison, Nip was doing this thing with the game. The game, I gave him a shout out. So, the ultimate goal.
The next biggest thing in LA, I swear before God, homie, this dude is like Snoop, Game, Dre, all in one.
Like when I came home from prison, I had a plan. I'm gonna do this, do that. I met Nip and them, they were young. He wasn't from the hood yet, but I seen where he's headed. When they were young, he wasn't from the hood yet, but I seen where he's headed. Like I pulled up on him one day, I said, where you from? He's like, I don't gangbang. And I looked at him, I said, man, you got on khakis, you got on chucks, you look like you gangbanging. So, so I talked to him about the hood every night. We would just talk about the hood. Then I gave him the name. I named him up under me. I named him a Little Thundercat, so I named him. Okay. And now you gotta go get put on.
Now you gotta get put on.
He was into the street life, gang banging, putting it down. And I used to be, I'm the big homie. I'm like, man, slow down, do your music. But nah, he had to go get his street creds, which he earned that. He 100% hood, neighborhood Nip. He ain't got no smut on his name. He ain't turning down no fade.
Okay. And now you gotta go get put on, make it official.
When did you get the Thundercat name?
In prison.
Okay, so for the timeline, when did you get locked up and for how long?
Well, I got locked up before I even met Nipsey. I met Nip in 03, coming home from prison in 03.
Okay, and what did you get caught up doing?
In 2000, I think robberies. I got robberies, guns, a little bit of everything.
So I said, damn, what do we need? I just came home from the pen. My grandma was gonna buy me a car. Then Nip said we need a G4 Macintosh. So instead of getting the car, I bought the Macintosh. We went to my great-grandmama's garage and we learned it. Started learning pushing buttons, doing it.
So here it is. I've been doing it 30-some years. And I really don't know why it started, but when I went to jail, it was taught the Hoovers, they were bad, or these were bad, and I wrote those beats, took the phase, did whatever I had to do. But here it is, 30-some years later, why are you guys still dying for those same beats? Prior to prison, I was taught, okay, Bloods, they're Bloods, you don't get along with them. A-Trays or Hoovers, you don't get along with them or whatever it may be. But when I went to prison, now we're behind these walls. So now we had to fight with each other. We had to become friends. So when I didn't have something, my family may not have sent me something. I needed a super something. Crips on the yard may not have given it to me, but the Bloods gave me something. So I had a plan. Let's unite. You know, when I met up with Malik Spellman when I was young. They taught me. I was gangbanging. I didn't want to hear nothing about that positive stuff. You know, I was trying to get money. I was trying to move fast, and they instilled some stuff in me. Like one person from '60s, like the dumb nigga that did something to Nipsey. I can't blame it on the '60s. I could blame it on that one dumb ass individual that did something stupid. You feel me? I wish I could say, oh, these individuals. I wish I had somebody I could take it out on, but it's one motherfucker. You know what I mean? So
and that's the wild thing about why Nip's passing was able to, for however briefly or however long it lasted, kind of unite the city, is because he didn't get killed by his enemies. Because if that had happened, we all know there would have been ramifications.
Exactly.
Nobody would have been talking about a peace treaty.
Yeah.
But because it happened within his own gang, then people were able to see it as a reason to try to bring more peace about.
Yeah, and it's the message that we stood for. You know, like I said, with Nipsey and what YG had going on, that was great. You know, the team. You know, it was like if we were doing a show and with the Crips were there, we could take care of the Crips. Y'all be cool. Nip here. Okay, the Bloods acting up. Hey, YG, y'all take care of them. At that time, I fell off. I was smoking dope. You know, I fell off. I went downtown, homeless. Went to the shelters. You know, I went through trouble. The baby mama threw boiling water in my face, burned my face, losing my kids, fighting to get them out of the systems and shit like that.
Wow.
Then I started my road to recovery a little bit before Victory Lap. I started, so I'm out there hanging posters for Victory Lap, and through all that drama I had with my baby mama, it sent me back down to where Nip was. I was in Lancaster taking care of my family. I was a stay-home dad.
Right.
You know, I was recovering off of drugs. I was smooth. I was a stay-home dad.
What was it?
What
Was
did you see in Nip?
Was it a work ethic that you could identify, or just an intelligence, or was there something musically?
Talking to him, not even musically. Musically, just off the top, like, this motherfucker hard. Like, he's hard. But talking to him, he was on some grown man shit. He was a grown man. Like, a lot of people give me credit for, oh, he did this for Nip, he did that for Nip. No, the only thing I did for them was have faith in him when nobody else did. Said, look, bro, this is if you do this, you're gonna go to prison, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Man, if you do this, man, you're gonna go around the world, you're gonna do your music, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. And I painted that vision, and he believed in it. And once he believed in it, couldn't tell him nothing. It just took me to have faith in him. The rest he did on his own.
Was he getting in trouble at that time, or was he kind of on the straight and narrow? You're saying he wasn't from the hood yet?
At that time, he was looking for acceptance, like the homies would be like, oh yeah, he just a rapper. And I'm looking like, man, in a couple of years, he gonna be from the hood, he gonna beat your ass, and I'm looking like, because I remember I used to play basketball. The homies just thought I was gonna play ball. So I play basketball. You look at the old gangbanging photos, the homies got blue rags on their head, I got my basketball. I'm walking around playing ball, you know, so I seen where he was headed, like, you know, you about to start gangbanging. Okay. And now you gotta go get put on, make it official. Like, you know, you about to start gangbanging. If you're around here, for sure. And looking how you dressing, and that's the only thing the homies had over his head. Oh, you ain't from you just a rapper. You know, but once he got put from the hood now, okay, now he equal, we on equal.
Do you remember when he got put on?
I wanna say 04.
Okay.
I want to say right up in there, because I came home 03, I want to say around 04. It was some time, we spent some time, and I talked to him about the hood, laced him about the hood, telling him about the politics of the hood, See, when I was coming up, it wasn't no homies killing homies. So the first homie that killed the homie, it was shocking, like,
right.
It was shocking to us. So now here it is, 20 years later, more homies are dying and killing each other. It's not shocking to this new generation because they never witnessed it when we were all friends.
It's like an old saying. The biggest killer of rolling 60s is rolling 60s, right? Does that kill you to hear that?
No, it's
to
the
hear
truth.
that said so
It's
commonly?
the truth. We lost our best homies to homie. The only thing we got in common is the 60s. Our area. Before we had more in common. We would have meetings, we would fight. I fight you, and we'd fight next week or whatever, but then we'd hug and we became friends. Me and Fats, we fought. I came home from prison. Me and Fats had a fight. Best of friends ever since, you know what I mean? When we were coming up, you couldn't even take a picture. You know, we caught you taking a picture with a camera, we're gonna break your camera up. You know, it was just, nowadays it's just a whole nother set of rules, you know. But the thing is, the rules don't change. It's etiquette to this shit, you know. But now everybody feel they're above the program. You know, because a lot of their leadership went to prison. A lot of their leadership is dead. A lot of their leadership is doing good now, and like, oh, them little young motherfuckers, you know, just let them do what they do, or they scared of them, you know. But you still gotta say, hold up, pull your pants up, man. Look, do this, do that. You got, when you see them doing something wrong. Originally, Crips and Bloods was for the community, you know. From the Black Panthers, it was something for the community. You know what I mean? We were supposed to protect the community, you know what I mean? So at some point in time, it got disarray. So, and I see a lot of people do these internet videos. They want to say who started the Crips, who did this. Okay, let's forget about who started it. Let's see why it was started, and let's get back to the purpose, to serving the community.
Got Lil Thundercat from Cowboy, but he got Nipsey from his other homie.
So even after I went to the pen, after we got started, Nipsey kept full-fledged with it.
Bestowed on Aramis Haskadon was in Dexter's house by young Gooch, another of the creatives who were attracted to this creative home that Dexter called Butterfish.
Even when he got the name, I hear a lot of people talking about how Nip got his name and all that stuff. I remember being in the studio and I was like cracking my jokes like, man, you're gonna be Lil Snoop Dogg. We're gonna call you this. At the time, his name was E. We called him E Money, and we called him That was his name, you know. So we trying to figure out what his rap name was gonna be. So, you know, we're selling the bootleg movies. So we always sold the bootleg movies, and so I'm in there cracking jokes, and we trying to figure out his name. And then you look at what the bootleg movie was playing in the background. It was Black Dynamite was playing in the background, and you hear him come in, he kicked the door, he said, "Tell that motherfucker Nipsey I'm looking for him." And that's when Nip looked at me, and we looked at each other, and he was like, "Hustle." That's how we came up with the Nipsey Hustle. So if you look at the movie, the Black Dynamite,
I'm looking for Nipsey.
That's a Nipsey Hustle.
Oh, wow.
And they always say, oh, it's Nipsey Russell and all that. But nah, we see bootleg movies. And
wow.
Bestowed on Aramis Haskadon was in Dexter's house by young Gooch.
And I think it may be me, him, and China was there when came up with the name.
Okay, but so you go through this time period of your life where you're all fucked up, and you said you were staying downtown and shit like that. How long was that time period, and